Oh, all right. We're live a little early. I forgot to put on my Instagram here. So we're going to put Instagram on right here. And then um, Instagram. This one we will do TikTok, but not live. We're just going to do the 10-minute thing. Okay. All right. Let me move this over. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're live on all accounts. Um, take this off right here. Um, First and foremost, hello to all. Ooh, one of the phones falling down. Hold on. Sorry. All right. But this is the monks' quarters room. So we live back there. Our rooms are back there. I shared this with another monk who I believe he's been a monk for 12 years. 12 years. Um, we have issues with Wi-Fi here, so right now this is the closest to the Wi-Fi box on the other side of the building. There is three buildings, actually four, but three buildings over this side of the street. And as you go on the other side of the street, hay còn phóng hả? Oh, he's trying. He's trying to walk by. Okay, so there's another building across the street, but the Wi-Fi box with it. We're still trying to fix the Wi-Fi situation and problem. So I'm testing this Wi-Fi thing. Make sure. So if there's any issues, please let me know. Okay. Let me see here. Have some announcement for all of you tonight. Um, I was supposed to take a rest, but I just couldn't help but to make more videos for all of you. First and foremost, if you live here in Phoenix, Arizona, you want to attend a small retreat, a 10-day retreat. I'm holding a 10-day retreat beginning September 9th to the 16th. So that's a week. I don't think that's 10 days. I think it's a week, 7 days. Yeah, definitely a week. Xin chào hết tất cả bên Việt Nam. So I need to know how many people wants to attend so I can put that together. Obviously, I'm going to be here all by myself and watching the monastery. Of course, one of my best friends lives here, Randy. But I just wanted to make this available. I just wanted to put it out there if you live in the Phoenix area and if you want to attend a 1 week retreat, Vipassana retreat, meditation. So I just wanted to, do my part duty as a monk and use the space. Beautiful space. I feel so much at peace here. And if you've never been here, it's amazing. The amount of Buddha statues that's everywhere. It's so serene. It's funny. It's the monastery located in the middle of the city, but it is so serene. It feels like you're in the forest. The feeling of it in the forest. We are protected by walls around, so the monastery is inside of these walls. So it's like, yay, you feel safe and sound and at peace. I have some good news for all of you. The other day there was the Alumbana Festival, and Most Venerable His Holiness introduced me to the crowd that was live on YouTube and across all social media platforms. As I made my introduction, a family came forward and they needed assistance urgently with their daughter, and I jumped into action after a 40-minute intake with the mother. I said, well, where is she? I need to go meet her right now. And thus I did. I spent 2.5 hours with her, on or about 2.5. And then I went back to the monastery. The parents met with me today at 5 p.m. And within 1 hour, they were at peace, and the situation has been resolved. So, notwithstanding the fact that a whole day elapsed into the technicalities of the timing, uh, that means I fixed the family within about 5 hours, 5, 6 hours, with contemplation and reflection in order to come up with the best recommendation for them. I'm happy to report that they were to my left here. To my left here is beautiful wooden chairs, classical wooden chairs, monastic wooden chairs seen in Vietnamese monasteries. It's a very nice scenery to the left. If you all remember, there is a whole library, wall-to-wall library in the back. So maybe tomorrow I do a live stream over there so you all can see. But the parents were at peace. The girl was at peace. They have had a war that has been going on for 20 years. Can you imagine that? A war, a cold war between themselves for 20 years. And I'm happy to report that I was able to fix family of 3 in 5 hours. But of course, I have to wait for people to come home and all that good stuff. So if you wanted to not get technical, it's 24 hours. Just for fun. I'm also happy to report that while I was making content with 2 of my most recent auxiliary venerables, who will be perhaps going back into the Discord server, that my Discord server is still active. It was disabled, but I'm also able to enable it again. So that is up and going. I just don't know how to moderate it, or so there's a lot of things that needs to be moderated. So I need to speak with Leo and Joselito in regards to that matter. And I think that Joselito may need an iPad for sure. Obviously, I'm going to be traveling soon, and they're going to need the equipment to keep my systems of media continuing. So I need to raise additional funding for that. However, there are some of you who have sent. You're going above and beyond and sending donations. So I'm don't let other people send donations. Don't send any more. You know who you are. Okay. My program always at a deficit just because there's constantly revolving stuff that needs to be done. The Discord server has already 500 active students and more once I publish that going on. So I will probably need to get the equipment first before I, go full blown again with the Discord server. Discord server is to inspire Gen Zoomers and Gen Alphas. They're on there for gaming purposes. It's kind of like a Zoom thing, but very engaging. You can create classrooms and stuff. It's very classroom type setting. Now, Discord's a little difficult to explain and figure out for some of us millennials, but it's effective in reaching the young people, and the young people really like it, and they can communicate with me directly. It's just like a classroom, no different than any other classroom or college, universities settings of talking to professors, different rooms, different break rooms to talk, lounges and stuff. It's a really cool digital landscape. So, but I need to set up a good system before I announce that it's full blown, 100%. Also, due to the fact that the Orange account has been having issues on Facebook, so I have 2 right so far. The Orange account where I'm wearing orange robes, Thailand style, and then I have the Red account where the robes are just relaxed, informal, holding the Buddha statue. Now the orange, both accounts, the red is primary, the orange account is secondary in case the red one fails, the orange one picks it up. But the orange has been having issues lately, so I decided to make a public fan page. Same name, Ajahn Chidao, where I'm standing with my teacher, right? With my teacher, who I started off with, and he is still. I've asked him after my apprenticeship. I've asked him to continue monitoring me to ensure integrity of everything that we're doing, consistent with the Theravadan tradition. So you get to see a picture of my teacher and me. It is a genuine and official account. So don't think that it's not a genuine official account. Um, there are talks about the possibility of someone donating a place for me to establish a meditation center in Georgia. And for anyone that lives in the Georgia area, particularly in the Atlanta area, that is interested in furthering the discussion and or contribution, most likely contributions towards this cause, we can start the conversation now on it. What I'm doing is gathering statistics. How many lives in Atlanta, Georgia? We have a dog and he's rolling around behind me, causing all that noise. I'm gathering statistics to see how many in Atlanta, Georgia, to figure out if this is going to be a good, reasonable place for meditation and the city life. And I don't know, I'm just gathering how many young people are going to come. Hold on here a second. Right now, I have a lot of traveling plans from now until the end of the year. I will probably be free again January, but I wanted to publish publish the agenda so that everyone knows what's happening or what could be happening. The other thing I wanted to announce adamantly is that the amount of family counseling that has been taking place, the mindset of Gen Zoomers and Gen Alphas, the suffering has been here, and the suffering is continuing with our youths, and there is a imminent need for a center for them to come and other families to come. So right now, when I say I'm gathering statistics, is to see if there is a lot of suffering in Atlanta, Georgia. If there is, and it is a compelling case for me to open a meditation center, and if we have enough people, donors and supporters who are committed devotees, with, let me try to think, that realizes within their finance that they can make monthly contributions, like guaranteed type contributions, then that could be a possibility. What I'm trying to say is that when you become an abbot, it's a lot of headache. The monk needs to focus on his work and not the bills that is surrounding what's happening. Into the monastic detail of finances, which I'll expand later on another talk. Um, I can tell you all that when I'm doing these counseling sessions, indeed, that I can fix families within hours and perhaps days. But it it takes a lot of energy, a lot of energy. It's very draining because it comes with the territory in psychotherapy. Anyone who is a psychotherapist out there knows that. That you're working the transference, the projections, resistance. So yeah, I'm fully in the moment with these families, into their lives and in their minds. And so therefore I already know me, just like all of us, who we should know ourselves, our weaknesses and strengths. And meditation centers are not, right now our economy is the way that it is. So for those who are serious about contributing, once again, please reflect, because this is something that people tend to just tell me they have very great ideas, and they never go into the details of how this is actually going to work, or a straightforward answer, so that I can be secure in the knowledge that we're going to be making a good informed choice and decision. Um, oh God, did we just lose that? What happened here? This is why I record the way that I do. Oh God, Instagram just gave up, and I think it's the phone. I don't even think it's Wi-Fi. Yeah, new phone tomorrow, definitely. It's like the eighth time. Um. So, anyways, I have this feeling in my heart, and I'm not wrong when I have these feelings. Is that I mean, they already wanted me to stay here in Arizona. They are now knocking on my door in Texas. Okay, just pretend there's a door here, right? And when people knock on someone's door, that means they want you to come there and perhaps stay there. So, and then next week I'm going to California. And once they discover Ajahn Chidao, they're probably going to be like, hey, you should also stay here too. So I'm gathering statistics, particularly Buddhists, active Buddhist practitioners, students, to see where I'm needed the most, the masses of the suffering, because it's here. Just because you guys don't see it, it's here. It's here. And the suffering is immense. Once again, I am in their lives. I'm walking in their shoes. They're sharing all sorts of intimate stories about addiction, trauma, and abuse. So, and it seems like I'm the only person that's doing this for on the religious counseling side of it. There are plenty of therapists out there, but they cannot seem to serve the Vietnamese population effectively, especially cultural counseling. One needs to be very trained and competent in cultural counseling. And likewise, I am going to be needing training a lot of people. There's one particular fella in Vietnam that I'm directing this to. And you know who you are, and your presence is needed here. So let the record reflect that the office of Ajahn and the office of His Eminence and the office of His Excellence request your presence here, and also request your stay, if possible, for training in order to serve the masses of suffering. We believe, and there's more than one of me in my circle, have discussed your talents and intelligence. Um, and we feel that your intelligence and capabilities and skills is best suitable here in the United States versus Vietnam, and under what you're doing over there in Vietnam. So that's a good thing for you. I will be sending you this link, and you know exactly who you are once you get the link. So once again, back to my subject of me perhaps partnering with a Rinpoche, young Rinpoche, who is capable to do the same Buddhist psychotherapy and counseling. And will be needing to train more because, I'm 37. I got 10 years to train these people. Maybe five. 10 for sure. Five, we'll have to see. They need to be world-class delivery of the Dhamma, world-class delivery of psychotherapy, unlike any other that the world has ever seen. So it's a challenge for me, but it needs to be done because the masses of suffering is unlike any other. Of course, I'll expand on that on a different day. Today, I just wanted to just give some preliminary announcement, and obviously this announcement needs to also be translated into Vietnamese, which I will do a version of Vietnamese when I'm doing that. So again, I invite you all to my Ajahn Chidao fan page with my teacher and myself as the profile picture. And again, it is real, and I'll be just sharing a lot on there, and there's no limit on there because this is a public fan page. So 20,000 can go on there, whereas these private personal accounts. Even though I try to make it public or available, people can only follow, and there's a maximum of 5,000 friends. So I like to have a lot more friends and a lot more followers and a lot more Buddhist practitioners. But so everything's working out for the better and for the good, the greater good. So, anyways, again, if you are just now joining us, I invite you all to go back to the beginning of all of this. I'll expand more on the retreat. I'm still trying. I don't think I have to try. I just need to figure out how many's going to come to this retreat here in Phoenix, because my program is to meet you where you're at. So I need to conduct the interviews so that I know, and then I'll just come up with the program right there and then. It's not a biggie. Rather than me coming up with a program and then announcing it, it wouldn't just do justice for some of you who just gonna meet you all where you're at in life. Different people, different circumstances, so it needs to be tailored to individualized attention. I like to conclude. I like to conclude my talk for tonight. Seems like the live is doing well here in this particular spot, and maybe tomorrow if I expand, probably in the main hall. I think you all get a kick out of that. For those who cannot see behind me, there's a really nice kind of like nativity scene of the Buddha. The nativity thing is mostly in the Catholic world, but we have baby Buddha behind me, and then a picture of a Buddha, bunch of stuff going on in the back. I'd like to conclude my talk. Thank you all for joining and being wonderful listeners, and more to come tomorrow. Ooh. I don't know how to stop it. Oh, Lord. Technologies. Let me move this one over here. Okay.